I'm waiting for you, people. I'm waiting for you. Mm, can you hear me? I hope you all can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, we can. Now we're about to proceed. We have started. We actually started today by we started today by 7:30 because of we had altercations with our other account. So we had to start we had to have it right here. So can you all hear me? If you can, please type in the comments so I can know. Okay. Okay. So, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you. Someone said I'm pretty. Thank you. We had to use this account because our company account, I don't know, YouTube, there are restrictions on it. So I decided to use this my account. So let's get started. And that was why we started late. By the way, I'm so happy to have you all here. I'm so happy. So, okay, this is the long awaited transcription masterclass. I decided to have it here so that when people come in the future, they can see this video, they can pick up this video, watch it, and understand what we're actually talking about for transcription. Why you should do transcription this year, why transcription is going to sell and is selling this 2026. Am I good to go? Are you all following? Please let's be interactive in the comments so I can know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, first of all, what's transcription? I've said it before. Transcription is okay. Transcription is the act of listening. When you listen to audio, you type out what you hear. But since this is a particular skill and people will pay so much money for pay you so much money just to listen to their audio, that means you have to be very accurate. You have to be very professional. You have to be very authentic. Yeah, they pay beginners, but you have to put in your best. Okay. So, and why are we talking about transcription in 2026? I believe 2024, 2025, people were talking about affiliate marketing, talking about some other skills, some other things. But right now, you can hear about transcription. So, why are we talking about transcription this year, this period? It's because the creator market is expanding. The content creation market is expanding. Content creators, content creators can um sorry, I'm just distracted a little bit. But content creators, for example, like me, I can create content and be like, I need someone that can transcribe all these that I've said. I can go to podcasts and hold on, excuse. Okay, I can do podcasts like this, and I'll be looking for someone that can transcribe everything I've said, everything I discussed with people on that podcast session. Someone that can write it down. You understand? People do YouTube videos, people create content, people do podcasts, people, even the medicals, they need you. Doctors in the medical field, court sessions, for example, they're having court session like this. They hire you in the legal part so that you can transcribe everything that was said in that court session. So that's the reason why these days, this 2026 is a high paying skill, is a skill that people are looking for. Most especially because content creators are expanding, they are increasing. The content creator market is increasing. Someone like me, I do too much talking video. So for in order for me to post on my Twitter or my Instagram or some other places that require text or create a blog post, I'll hire a transcriptionist. Yeah, we call you transcriptionist. I'll hire a transcriptionist to translate everything I've said. Let me say someone that was 67. I don't understand. I don't understand. Can someone claim me was 67? Someone is saying I should say 67. Let's go ahead. I can hire someone to transcribe everything I've said, everything I've made in a post, everything I've made in a podcast, everything I've done on this live session. Someone should write it down for me in a text format so that I can post to the public or I can sell it. Do you understand? So that's why it's a very important skill this 2026. Now let's move to the types of transcription we have. Someone is asking, is it a remote job or a job? It's a remote job. You can do it from home, and that's why we are talking about it. You can do it sitting at the comfort of your home. Now there are different types of transcription. We have the legal transcription, the medical, and the general. The legal is the one you do in for court sessions, the one you do for course sessions, everything that was discussed in the course session, they give it to you, send you the audio for you to transcribe. You write it down. You type everything you heard down clearly for the court for the court session, for references in the future. They document it and keep. So that's a part that that's a part of transcription. The second part is the legal part, the medical, which is for medical field. They require you to come and do transcription. Maybe a doctor is discussing with a patient. You as the transcriptionist, You transcribe everything that the doctor is saying, the doctor and the patient is talking about, especially what the patient is saying. They document it, put it down for future purposes, for references or anything. Now, the last one is the general one, general transcription. The general transcription, right? It's is the one most of us, this is the one you can do as a beginner. This one doesn't require lengthy courses. It doesn't require you, it's less expensive to join. Um and you won't be learning any medical terminologies, because for the medical and the legal part, there you have to attain a certain amount of height before you can do that part. So this general one, content creators fall under this category. Podcasts, people that do podcasts fall under this category too. So you can even learn from this part. This is the one you can start with even as a beginner. You don't have to be very experienced for you to start it. This is the one you will be venturing into, the general type of transcription. So what do you need to do as a transcriptionist? You need to improve yourself every time. Your listening skill. Yes, general transcription is the best for you right now. But as soon as you do very well, you start making so much money on the general transcription, you can transition to a bigger level. You can transition to the legal one and the medical one, because for you to have those medical terminologies, the skill to transcribe court sessions, you be making much more money. But don't pressure yourselves. Start with the general one for the main time. So you have to improve your listening, your typing. See, you have to be able to type up to 50 to 60 words in a minute. We're going to talk about that one. We're going to practice it in the next live session we're going to have tomorrow. We're going to do practical session tomorrow. So, but you need to be able to type at least 50 to 60 words in a minute. That is you improving yourself, improving your typing skill. You have to be very good to pay attention to details. You have to be very good at paying attention to details, because every detail needs to be written down. Every detail needs to be written down. So you have to be able to pay attention to details very, very well. The next thing is you need to have knowledge of Microsoft, because that's what you'll be using. In as much as you have to be very fast, you need to know how to use your Microsoft Word. These are things you need to improve on every day. You need to practice every day to become the better version of yourself, to become the best in this particular job. Now, where are the places you are going to practice these things to make sure that you are becoming good every day? The first one is 10 fingers. 10 fingers, 10fastfinger.com. We are going to do the practical section tomorrow. The second one is Google Docs. This is where you do voice typing for your practice. The third is O Transcribe or Express Scribd. These are the tools you can use for free to practice, to become better for against the job you're about to do. Are we following? Okay, people are saying why not use AI? AI is good. AI does most AI can do most of the job, but when you can add your human expertise into it, you are going to you'll be the best in the game. And when your clients notice that everything you do, the only thing, yeah, the only thing that you do is to use the only thing you do is to use AI, they won't be hiring you so much. So for now, you have to, in as much as you're using AI for your transcription, you have to add your there are certain things AI cannot do. You should know that. Yes, you are going to use AI. AI is going to make all right. AI is going to make things easier for you, but you need to cross check what AI has done for you. As a human being that you are not a robot. Okay, someone is asking for the third point I made. Things that you need to practice are number one, 10fastfingers.com. Google Docs is for your voice typing practice. O Transcribe and Express Scribie. O Transcribe and Express Scribie. Now moving on to, if you do not have a computer, we're going to do Q&A session before we end. If you do not have a computer, there are other things you can do for yourself till you get a computer for this job. From the material we sent earlier in the general group, we told you that this particular job requires you using laptop. It helps you to be faster. It helps you to be much more accurate because you have to be typing. How will you type on phone? Like laptop makes it very easy for you to work on. But if it's phone, I don't know. You need to have laptop. There are other jobs you can do without laptop. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. Our tomorrow class, we are going to be attaching images on the screen. It's because of the glitches we had on our other accounts. That's why we are not adding it here. So in our tomorrow class, I'll be putting it on the screen so that you can be seen. Now the qualities you need to have as a good transcriptionist is continuous practice. I said it earlier, you have to develop your skill. You have to work on your skill every day and every time so that you can be faster and be much more accurate. The accuracy here is something to emphasize on. You have to be very accurate. Customers don't need you to be only fast. You need to be able to pay attention to details. You need to be able to go what you typed, listen over and over again to ensure that you actually giving your best in this particular in that particular work you were given to do. The second quality of being a very good transcriptionist is you need to be reliable. You need to be reliable and work independently. Your customer, your client is giving you a job to do. Why? Because he or she believes that you can deliver this job. You are not going to fuck up on delivering on a particular deadline. Am I clear? So you need to be very reliable because you need to meet up with projects that your client has given to you because deadlines are very, very important. The next thing is patience and focused. You need to be very, very patient and you need to be very focused. Why did I talk about focus? Because you have to be on your laptop for a very long duration of time because you are there typing. Yes, yeah. You are there typing at all time. It might be very frustrating, it might be tiring, but you have to be patient and you have to be focused. Now, let's talk about the things you need for transcription. I love that you all are saying that I'm clear. I'm glad. Now, let's move to what do you need to become a very good transcriptionist? But before I continue, please, you all need to follow Pressure Capital here on YouTube. Pressure Capital. The account, they are saying that I have to reach a certain number of subscribers. Yes, I've reached it, but there are other things they are requiring. So I need you all to follow their accounts. That's where I'm going to do the live tomorrow. I believe everything must have been sorted out tomorrow. Let me show you. This account, Pressure Capital. Please, you all should go subscribe to that channel, please, so that we can stay there to do our live tomorrow. This is not the account for this teaching I'm doing now. This account is a beauty niche, is a different niche. So now let's continue. What are the things you need to become a very good transcriptionist, to do very well in this job? Number one is desktop or laptop. I said it earlier. You can't use phone to do it. There are other jobs you can do without phone as a beginner. There are other jobs you need to do, sorry, without laptop, but with your phone. You can do it with just phone, and you'll be making your money from the comfort of your home. When I made my first $100 as a beginner, I was using phone. I didn't have laptop, so you don't have to pressure yourself. That transcription requires you having laptop. You'll be feeling like your own is finished. My dear, there are other options. There are other, I don't know how to drop the link here. There are other options. Sorry, I'm just being distracted. There are other options that can make you money from home. So you don't have to stress yourself. If you don't have laptop, there are other jobs for you. Okay. Now the next thing is Microsoft Word. This is where you're going to be typing everything that your client has given you to do. This is where you'll be doing the job. This is where you'll be getting the job done. The next thing is quality headphone. You have to listen a lot. I don't know. I'll tell my team to add the link here. Please, you all should add the link to the comment so they can subscribe to the channel. Let's continue. You will listen a lot. You have to listen with accuracy. You have to pay attention to everything that I said. Everything that I said, you have to pay attention so that you can be able to deliver at least 90% accuracy of your typings. And the next thing you need is comfortable and quiet environment. Because how? Because how will you be able to hear what was said from afar if your environment is not calm? That was why we told you in preparation for this class, you need to be in a place that you need to be in a place that doesn't a place that is not noisy. Please, I'm very distracted with the comments, but don't mind me. Now let's go on to the next, which is very, very important. We need to finish this class at least by 7:30. It's meant to be a 1 hour duration class. We're meant to have started by 7 o'clock. So by 7:30 we should be done because seven we started by 7:30 and this is almost 8 o'clock. So we need to finish at least by 8:30. Now the guidelines, very important guideline you should get to know about. The first is the golden rule. The first is the golden rule. Now, I'm reading this guideline from these platforms. I got this particular one Style, from the Rev Style guideline. So, the first golden rule is, hold on, teachers. You have to make up the words you are typing. Let's say that two persons you have two persons conversing in a particular audio that you are transcribing. If you don't hear what the other person is saying, do not make up the word you are typing into that place. Rather, write inaudible audio and you give a timestamp for it. Let's say that at 2 minutes 31 seconds of the audio you are listening to, you were not able to hear what that person said. Instead of making up words for it, just write inaudible audio. It's preferable that way because if you make up words, is your fastest way to be fired. Number one guideline, do not make up word for any reason. Secondly is the two styles. Every As a transcriptionist, you need to know this. It's either your clients want strict verbatim or clean verbatim. What does this mean? The full verbatim, which is the strict verbatim, is where you're transcribing an audio, and even if you hear you also add it to what you are typing. Is that clear? Every things like that, you add it to the audio. Where is this needed? It's needed in court session transcription. That is where this is needed very, very well. Full verbatim. You write everything you hear. The next thing is clean verbatim. The second style is clean verbatim. This is the one most people need, like content creators. I don't need you to impute the all those things that people I was making in the video, the mistakes I was making. I don't need it. So those are the two styles of verbatim. You need to know it. I called it full verbatim or strict verbatim, and then clean verbatim. This clean verbatim, you remove every back and forth you are having there. On like, because they were actually reasoning when they were saying the content creators do not need it. General type of transcription do not need it. Now the third rule you should observe as a transcriptionist is the speaking track. If there are 8 persons in the audio you are transcribing, I know 8 might be too much, let's say 3 persons in the audio you are transcribing. As soon as the next person picks up, clearly states that, let me use John, so John, put name tag, that this is what John said. Write that it's John that made the statement. Then when Preshine makes her own statement, you write Preshine. You tag it as, what this is the one Preshine said, and this is what John said. Is that clear? Now let's move to the fourth rule, numbers and punctuation rule. This is what puts you out as this is what puts you out as a professional instead of a mediocre. This is what makes you look like you are you are much more experienced than even the most experienced person in the room. Is this part, the numbers and punctuation rule. This is when you type numbers in full from 1 to 9. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You type it in full. Then from 10 and above, you write the figure. Is that clear? From 1 to 9, you type it in full. 1, write it in figure, in words, sorry. And then 1 to 9, you type in words. And then from 10 and above, you write in figures. This steps you out. This makes you look more experienced and more qualified than every other person. So the exceptions in this particular rule is money and years. You do not need to write in words if it requires money, and in years. Is that clear? Hope you all are following. Now the next point in this class is who should start with transcription. Who can do transcription in this 2026? Absolute beginners can do it because there is beginner parts. You can start it as a beginner, especially the general transcription part. You can start it as a beginner without any experience. If you can type and you can listen, you can type very fast and you can listen, you are very good with English language, then you can apply to do this job. So, okay, let's move to the next point here. We're almost done with the class. I'm just trying to round up right now. So, like I said, today is going to be for the theory part, but tomorrow you are going to come with your laptop. I'll tell you in the group, we are going to update you all with the tools you need to come with to class, like O transcribe, 10 fast fingers. These are the things we are going to use to practice tomorrow. So, how does transcription work? I'm going to tell you the jobs you can do without laptop. But this class is master class for master class for transcription. We're going to talk about that in the free group later. Please, there's no wahala for anybody that does not have laptop, because there are other jobs you can do without laptop. We're just talking about transcription here. So how does transcription actually work? First, you receive your audio from your client, or you can just get a random audio. Tomorrow we are going to be transcribing things. You receive audio, you listen, pause, and type. The next one is the next thing that the next thing is, under this how transcription works, is punctuation and speaker label. You need to punctuate very well. Are you all going to sleep already? You need to be very good with your punctuation, and you need to be able to tag each speaker. Precious, Pressure in talked. John talked. This is what John said. You put speaker tag and then time tag. I'm just saying it because someone said good night, bye. So the next thing is your submission process. You need to be very very good with submitting your work before deadline. That's what makes your client refer you to the next person. That's what makes people, anybody that you've worked for, refer you to the next person, that, oh, this person is very good. This person is very good at what he or she does. You need to be able to submit your assignments, your job before deadline. With this, I think we've wrapped up the basics. Tomorrow is going to be very very tough, because we are going to do practice. The practical part of this class will be done tomorrow. Yes, transcription needs to be done with only laptop. You cannot do it with your phone. All right, yes, I forgot to say something. How much are you going to be making as a transcriptionist? How much you can make as a transcriptionist in a month? Now let's talk about Nigeria. Um, I'm a Nigerian, so let me talk in my currency. Due to the economy, if you transcribe for somebody, you'll be making 50,000 naira to 150,000 naira every month. As a beginner, I did not say 10K, oh. I did not say 30K. Why? Because this job is in high demand. This job is in high demand because many people are not good in transcription. This job is new, so that's why you need to step on the opportunity right now. Learn how to transcribe, learn how to type very fast, and deliver jobs for people that need this job. So for Nigerian audience, you'll be making 50 to 150,000 as a beginner, but for the intermediate level, you are making from 150 to 300K every month. But once you become very experienced, you have like 3 years of experience, 2 years of experience, your experience doesn't really count. Do you understand? It's how good you are in the job that counts. So when you are very experienced, very good at what you do, you start earning like 500K and above. I believe that's clear enough. But for if you are earning in dollar, if you got a job, international job from platforms we are going to list, you'll be making $200 to $400 as a beginner. Why? It might sound so big, but you are being paid per hour of your transcription. You are being paid per audio, but most times they pay you per hour of your transcription. You can be making $10 per hour, $15 per hour. So that amount, to count it, calculate it for how many hours you must have covered in a day, and then times how many hours you've covered in a month. That amounts to so much amount of money. Yeah, somebody talked about consistency and professionalism. You need to be very consistent. That's why I said you need to do so much practice. You need to improve yourself very, very well. And then professionalism. Talking about professionalism, we talked about that for you to step ahead and become ahead of others, you need to be very good with figures. You need to be able to differentiate from figures that you should type in, numbers you should type in figures, and the one you should type in words. Exactly. From 1 to 9, you should type it in words, but from 10 to above, you type in figures. Your punctuation matters so much as well. Now, for if you come very intermediate level, let's say you got a foreign gig, someone is paying you in dollars, your client is paying you in dollars, you are surely making over 500K and above. $500, sorry, $500 and above. So this is the best job you can start today. Today might seem like it's not very choked up. I don't want to choke stuff your head so much. But tomorrow we're going to be having practical session. The tools are the website or the apps. I do not understand the question. For now, let's stop. If you have any question, you can type in the comments so I can respond. Okay, we are going to be using apps for practical tomorrow. If 10 fast fingers is not working, you can use the Express Script, free version of Express Freeze. Express Script. If you're less than 18, you can find your way into it. You can do it. You can do transcription. Okay, to make your work faster, yeah, there is AI to help you reduce the workload. But as a human being, you should be able to go over it again and again. Okay, the third golden rule. The third golden rule is, hold on, let me get where I typed things down. The speaker tracking. This is where I talked about when you are transcribing what up to 4 persons said. Let's say Preshine, John, Peter, and Fatima. You type, once I start talking, you put my speaker tag. You state clearly that it's Preshine that is talking right now. The next one, as soon as Fatima starts talking, you put the speaker tag, the speaker track or speaker tag, to make your client understand what you typed. The problem is not how fast you typed. The problem is how accurate you typed what you delivered. There are many other jobs you can do without laptop. Let me talk about beginner based jobs. You can do it without laptop. And if you've never earned money online before, I'll recommend you go for beginner based jobs first, so you can understand how online money works. If you've not had experience as a beginner, then you won't be able to do the next stage, because making money online requires patience. It requires you being like, you know how these stuffs work. But if you've never made money online, you've never done the beginner side, you've not practiced stuffs, my dear, you might see things and you start feeling like this is too much for you to do, this is too stressful, things like that. So you should start with beginner based jobs. Use it to learn how the online interface works, how to make money. It might not be so much, the money might not be too much, but you use it to learn how online money making works. It might not buy you your house, it might not foot your big bills, but for the sake of the experience and making small money, and you not waiting or procrastinating for a very long time. Okay, beginner based jobs, for example, online surveys, UK surveys, social media engagement kind of jobs where you help people engage on their posts and you start making money from it. You review people's apps and you make money from them. Even when you tell somebody, you refer a customer to a particular platform you are using and you make money from the affiliate part of it, you don't need any skill for that part, for affiliate marketing of that job. So um those are beginner based jobs. They don't require any skill. All you need is, you know how to like posts, you know how to follow somebody, you know how to subscribe to someone's YouTube channel. That is what beginner based jobs is. All right, someone is asking, how do we join beginner based jobs? Currently, I do not have a laptop. Very good. Chat us up on WhatsApp. Let the team guide you on how to start with beginner based jobs. You can go to Shine to Freedom's website, shinetofreedom.com. You click on jobs that students can do that does not require any skill. Then when you click get access, when you click get access, you click to choose your training option, because we don't just give you job links. We're not just connecting to these platforms, because if we do just that, you will get stranded, you get confused and frustrated. If we do just that, you won't like it for yourself. So we train you. You choose your training package. There is 1 week training, there's 1 month training, there's 1 year training. Choose your own, and then we start training you. As soon as you give you the job links, we start training you and you start making money. And our rule is, we move in levels. There are 3 levels: beginner level, skill transition, and assets. That's wealth management option. As soon as you've earned from the beginner part, 2 weeks to 4 weeks into earning and on the beginner part, we transition you to the next phase, which is skill training. We give you skill assessment tests. As soon as we are done training you on that skill, we connect you to platforms that are going to pay, just like this transcription now. After teaching you, we connect you to platforms that will pay you as an African, because most of these platforms, they pay in dollars, they are US based and all of that. So we tell you the one that can pay you as an African. Now the third part is, we help you compound your money. As you're making money, we do not let that money sit. We teach you how to manage your wealth, how to compound your wealth, how to invest, how to have assets, so that you won't just be making salaries every day, but you now have what they call true financial freedom. So these are the clear structures we work in. So you can send us a DM so we can get you started on the beginner based jobs. Where have we been all this while? God has been making us for you. God has been structuring us to bring solution to you. So we were undergoing the creation all this while. But right now, we are here to solve the unemployment crisis in Africa. Thank you. I love you too. I love you all too. Thank you so much for partaking in this class. How much is it? I don't know if YouTube will restrict me, but it's not in 2K, 5K, all this kind of thing. So for training, I mean, for training, and there is even free training, just like the free group you came from. There is free training. We can train you for free, but free training can just be giving you tips without holding your hand, without directing you immediately on what to do. So you might just be wasting time. 6 months you are still training, you are still in free training, but hand holding, that private mentorship guidance, helps you to know what you should do today as someone that is earning through Shine to Freedom. You know what to do today. We give you challenges, we teach you, we tell you what to do, and your life is moving on a particular track. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I won't even lie, today is the first time of me going live. Maybe from time to time I'll start going live on TikTok and different platforms. I really appreciate you. Good night. Good night. Hope I'm done answering your questions. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I love you all so much. Yeah, cook for two. I'll join you. Yeah, good night. Yeah, I'll put you all through with the platforms that you can do without laptop. You send us a DM and we help you. No, the train I told you, it doesn't. 2K naira is nothing. How much is it in dollars? It's nothing. It was created for you and me. Yeah, see you all tomorrow. You people should prepare for. Go through the guide so you see things you should prepare for your training tomorrow. We are still going to update you people on the group. All right. See you. Bye bye. I don't know. I don't know how to end this life.